Hello athletes, for today let's go ahead and just focus on stretching those muscles, relaxing, and just recovering from our tough week of workouts. So let's begin seated on our mats. Your legs can be crossed in front of you if you like, or any other comfortable seated position. And go ahead and inhale your arms up over your head, and exhale, lower them down to your side. Again, inhale, arms up, and exhale, arms down. This time when you inhale your arms up, gaze up. And when you exhale, gaze down. Inhale, arms up, gaze up. And exhale, arms down, gaze down. And this time, let's do a little side bend here. So leaving your right hand down on the mat, inhale and lift your left arm up and over your head, leading to the right. And exhale, coming to center. And then the other side, inhale your right arm up and over your head, leaning to the left. And coming back to center. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, left arm up and over. And exhale back. Inhale, right arm up and over. And exhale back. Inhale up and over. Exhale back. Last time, inhale, right arm up and over. And exhale back. Okay, let's do some twists here. So bring your left hand to your right knee, your right hand behind you. Sit up nice and tall and go ahead and turn back to look over your right shoulder. A nice spinal twist here. And coming back to center, and we'll do the other side. So right hand to left knee, left hand behind you, sitting up nice and straight, and go ahead and turn to look behind you. And come back to center. Okay, let's come to hands and knees into a tabletop position. And your wrists are directly under your shoulders, knees directly under your hips. And let's do some cat-cow stretches. So on an inhale, just relax your belly. And maybe you want to open up your heart, open your throat into cow. And then exhale, push the mat away, curl your spine. Looking down at your belly button. Into cat, and then inhale into cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. And you can go ahead and continue your cat-cow stretches on your own, inhaling into your cows and exhaling into your cats, or any other free-form movement that you'd like to do here. Now, your body may hold tightness in different areas. Listen to your body. Move around in a way that makes you feel good. Listen to what your body tells you that it needs today. Maybe you'd like to do some neck circles here. Maybe shake your head no and nod your head yes, relieving that tension you may have in your neck. And let's do some circles here. So coming into stillness in tabletop, let's circle in one direction a few times, really warming up the wrists. And then pausing and circling in the other direction a few times. And coming into stillness. So now go ahead in your tabletop position, lift your left leg up, stretch it back, and bring your left toes onto the mat. And let's just rock back and forth here. For runners, this is going to feel really good for your calf. Especially if you have tight calves like I do. I have tight calves and hamstrings, so this really feels good for me. A nice toe stretch. You may feel it in your hamstrings and glutes. And coming into stillness, raise your left leg up so it's parallel with your rest of your body, flexing your left toes, and raise your right arm up into sunbird. And from here, lower your right hand down to the mat, and then bring your left toes back to the right side of your body for a nice glute stretch here. hold it here for just one more breath. Maybe you'd like to look back at your left toes. And coming back to center, bring that left knee back to the mat and raise your right leg up into the air and stretch it back and curl your right toes onto the mat, and we'll rock back and forth here. Stretching your calf, your right foot, hamstring and glutes a bit. Coming into stillness, raise your right leg up into the air, flexing your right toe, and then lift your left arm up into sunbird position. Go ahead and lower your left hand down to the mat, and then bring your right foot over to the left side of your body. And maybe you want to look back at your right toes. And a little glute stretch here. And coming back to center, coming back into our tabletop position. Let's stretch our shoulders. So on an inhale, raise your right arm up into the air, looking up at your right hand, and then exhale, thread the needle, bringing your left shoulder underneath your body and just lying gently down onto your right shoulder. And your left hand can be at a diagonal to your body, or maybe you'd like to bring your left palm closer to your face, pushing the mat away and then looking up at the ceiling. Or bringing your left hand behind you and grasping onto your right thigh, whatever feels good for you today. Holding it here for one more breath. Okay, go ahead, use your left hand to push the mat away, coming back into a tabletop position, and we'll do the other side. So inhale your left arm up into the air, gazing up at your left hand, and then thread the needle, bringing your left shoulder underneath your body. Try to maintain neutral hips here. Don't let them sway to one side or the other. And your right hand could be out at a diagonal to your body, or maybe you'd like to bring it closer to your face. Maybe push the mat away, looking up at the ceiling. Or bringing that right arm behind you and grasping onto your left thigh. And we'll hold it here for one more breath. Okay, and go ahead and use your right hand to push the mat away, coming back up into tabletop position, and let's press back into child's pose. So you can do wide-legged or narrow. If you do a wide-legged pose, you're bringing your toes together and you're really stretching your hips. But if you'd like more of a back stretch, maybe leave your knees together and come into child's pose. And from here, coming back up to tabletop, go ahead and curl your toes and then raise your hips up into the air into a downward facing dog. You can leave your knees bent generously here if you'd like, and go ahead and pedal your feet. Maybe shake your head yes and no to relieve any tension you may have in your neck. Palms spread wide on the mat. Arms are straight, spine is straight, looking down at the back of your mat or your belly button. And from here, lift your left leg up into the air, and let's do some hip circles here. So rotating in one direction a few times, and then another direction a few times, and then bringing that leg down, and we'll do the other side. So lift the right leg up into the air, and let's do those hip circles. In the other direction. And then bring that foot down, stretching back into your downward facing dog one more time. And then looking forward to the top of your mat, bend your legs and step up to the top of your mat into a forward fold. Knees can be bent here if you'd like. Crown of the head is coming down towards the mat. Hips are rising up. And from here, rise up to a flat back, placing your hands on your shins or your thighs. And then exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees and rise all the way up. Palms up overhead. Bring your palms together and bring them down to heart center. Lower your hands to your sides into mountain pose. Roll your shoulders down and back away from your ears. Inhale, arms up, gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, palms down to the mat and bring your left foot way back behind you. And we're in a runner's lunge here. And let's go ahead and rock back and forth here a bit. Have some buoyancy. Spine is straight. Right leg is bent. Stretching your thigh here, the calf. And from here, leave your left palm down on the mat and raise your right arm up into the air, looking up at your right hand. And go ahead and lower that. And let's switch legs. So bring your right leg back behind you and bring your left leg up in between your hands and just rock back and forth here in your runner's lunge. And then inhale your left arm up into the air and gaze up at your left fingertips. And return to center. And bring your left leg back to meet your right into a high plank. Lower your knees. And then lower your chin, chest, and then your full body down to the mat. And coming up into a cobra pose. Your pelvis and the tops of your feet are grounding into the mat. And then press back into child's pose. Wide-legged or narrow. And pressing back up into tabletop. Let's come into a seated position. And we'll do Badakanasana, bound angle. So bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees just drop out to the side. And you can butterfly your knees up and down here. Getting a nice inner thigh stretch. If you'd like, you can hinge forward at the hips to get a deeper stretch. Just work within your own flexibility. Every body is different, every day is different. We just don't want to do too much today. Just a nice stretch. Okay, from here, go ahead and lengthen your right leg out in front of you. And your left foot is in towards your right thigh. And just hinge forward at the hips. Keeping your spine straight, you're bringing your heart forward. So not so much your forehead to knee, but your heart forward so that you maintain a straight spine. And you get a good hamstring stretch here. And we'll switch and do the other side. So you're extending your left leg out, your right foot is in your inner left thigh, and you're bringing your heart forward. All right, rise up. Let's go ahead and transition onto our backs. And we'll do a reclined pigeon. So bring your, cross your right leg over your left and then reach through that hole you've just made and grab onto your either your left thigh or your left shin. And try to keep that right knee extended out away from your face. Head and shoulders are relaxed down onto the mat. Feeling a nice glute stretch here. Hold it here for one more breath. Inhale and exhale. And let's switch sides. This time you're grabbing behind your right thigh or your right shin. And that left knee is rotated out away from your face. And then just breathe into that area of tightness you may feel. Okay, go ahead and lower your feet. And let's do a spinal twist. So bring your arms out at a T position to your body and just let your knees fall to the left. And then gaze out over your right fingertips. If you'd like a little extra stretch here, you can extend your right leg out straight and you'll feel it in your IT band pretty intensely. I do anyway. Okay, bring your knees back to center and we'll go to the other side. So let your knees fall to the right and gaze out over your left fingertips, your left hand. One more breath here. And then bring your knees back to center. And let's do happy baby. So raise your feet up towards the ceiling, bending your knees. You can grab behind your thighs or grab your ankles or even the soles of your feet, and then bring your knees down towards your armpits. And if you'd like, you can just do a little rocking here, back and forth. Two more breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Go ahead and release that. And let's come up to sitting. And legs crossed in front of you again. Hands at heart center. And I just want to thank you for practicing with me today. I hope these stretches really helped you for your rest and recovery. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you live a life of ease. Namaste.